Welcome to your daily focus for July the 9th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Look at this, the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups came jumping out. Happily ever after. Your happily ever after is around the corner. So start planning for it. Start working towards it. Remember, our full moon energy was very much about being committed to making the changes necessary in your life in order to move forward into a new path. And we have the solar eclipse happening this week. Then we'll have a lunar eclipse. And then we have another solar eclipse in Leo. So talk about a chance for brand new beginnings. And eclipses last usually for 6 months. Okay, now the Leo moon will supersede the energy of this eclipse that we are coming up on. But this prepares us for what we can move into, and what beautiful energy is to have a Cancer solar eclipse followed by the Leo solar eclipse. So yes, start writing down your happily ever after. Start imagining it. Start expecting it. And what are you going to do? What is your commitments? And since we are still in this full moon energy, what do we release? Where do we allow healing in our life? Where do we allow closure in our life for these new beginnings to appear in our life? What is the commitment you are making to yourself? Think about it. Write it down. Journal. Meditate. Reflect on your happily ever after, of what that really looks like to you. Not what other people want for a happily ever after, not what you've been told is a happily ever after. You know, buy this product and you'll live happily ever after. But what you really feel is your happily ever after. So let's put that back in the deck. And I better cut the cards. We have the Page of Swords. Oh, we have the energy. We want to go forward. This could be knee-jerk energy. Very much so. We don't think about our actions, our words. We just do. We just say, and then chances are we'll regret those quick actions without thought. I have a fly here. He's attacking me. One fly in the room. He's going to probably be in the whole reading, so I've got a friend. But this is a very high spiritual card as well. The veil is very thin when this card appears. So you may be able to get more out of a message that comes your way, or tap into a message coming your way, or get a question answered. So talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, whatever name you give that divine energy, that higher power, and have conversations today. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles was the last card in our weekend reading, and here she is saying, oh, it's going to be difficult to tap into my energy today. Feeling grounded, feeling like we know how to tackle that road of abundance that we want to step onto. Feeling secure in our knowledge of where we are going, what we are doing, that we will succeed. She is in our conflict spot, so chances are we are going to feel overloaded with information, or too many choices, or we're going to be missing details today. So slow it down, stay grounded. It's not going to be an easy thing to do. Not with her in the middle like this. So we have to be consciously aware if we are taking on too much obligations, too many responsibilities. We're trying to put too much onto our plate. We're trying to put too much onto ourselves. And we have the Six of Wands, self-success. The Six of Wands is this parade that's being held in your honor for your successes. If nobody else is cheering you on, cheer yourself on. Give yourself a break. Stop being so hard on yourself. Realize that you're here because of what you've gone through. When we hit struggles, when we hit conflict, when we hit chaos, when we hit sorrow, when we hit maybe the weakest part of ourselves, and we find out that we have to grow that part of ourselves, it empowers us. We always look at those things as negatives. They feel like they're negatives. We're told that they're negatives, but they empower us. They make us strong. They make us successful if we embrace them. So stop looking at your past failures as if they were failures, because they taught you something. Because you gained a knowledge, an understanding, a wisdom that you wouldn't have had you not walked through that experience. It's made you who you are today. To ride forward with success. Now, this doesn't mean we lay back and we rest on our laurels and we say, oh yeah, I got this. We say, I'm ready to go forward. I'm ready to make the plan. I'm ready to step into the new beginning. I'm ready for the new start. And that may be in your career, that may be within a neighborhood or a community setting. That could be a family setting, a relationship. That could be your spirituality. That could be your health and well-being. Could be your learning experience, your travel experiences. What do you want new in your life? What is the new path? And we are not ready to step into that new path because we are still in that full moon energy. We have a beautiful solar eclipse coming this week in Cancer. And then we will have our lunar eclipse, I believe, in Aquarius. And then after that, we have another solar eclipse in Leo. And that is really going to be the energy that charges us through the next 6 months. So, solar eclipse in Leo. How beautiful is that? Feeling that optimism, feeling that creativity. So where do you want to set your goals? Where do you want to set your desires? Where do you want to set your dreams? What is the path you want to take? What is the new beginning? Start writing it down. This is not a time to rest on your laurels, but rather to look at where you want to step. And yes, what do we need to release at this time? Where do we need to allow healing? Do we just need to forgive ourselves for something? Let's get an affirmation card, shall we? So, and the numerology for today is a 9. So, completions, endings, healing, closure. What are those things that surround you that need to be completed, need to be finished, need to have an ending so that you're not carrying that energy and burdening yourself with that energy when the solar eclipse, when the new moon happens for us this week. So look at where you can complete. Who fell out? The Page of Fire. And I think not necessarily this solar eclipse, but the one in August is all fire. It's got so much fire attached to it. And here we have the Page of Fire. Let's see what the Page of Fire has to tell us. And I'm tired today. You know, my son being gone, I'm full-time mom, and it can be quite exhausting because I'm trying to fit in life around her, and that's not working very well right now. Enthusiastic action, adventurousness, venturing forth, acting on a new idea, I am free to venture forth, for co-creating a life true to my desire is right. For co-creating a life true to my desire is right. Not somebody else's desire, not somebody else's hope, not somebody else's idea of a happily ever after. Your happily ever after. Your description of a happily ever after. We're told so often, buy this product, move to this place, go on this trip. It's like happily ever after, but is it really for you? Or is it good health? Is it that career move? Is it helping out in the community in some way? We have Venus going into Virgo today. Acts of service will bring us happiness and joy, and trust me, if the love doesn't make sense, if it doesn't have reasoning and logic behind it, it's not going to feel right for us. My ideas have value. I dream boldly. So dream boldly today. Look at that moon there. Dream boldly. Write it down, journal it, meditate on it. Reflect on it. Dream about it. I am finding my purpose, and I'm ready to take the first step into something new. And Page Energies is all about that young, exciting, adventurous energy. Filled with childlike wonder. So don't limit your dreams right now. Don't say, well, that'll never be. Why not? Why can't it be? Because it's a dream. It's a thought. You can't tell me that that thought may not happen. Of course it can happen. If you believe in it, if you are committed to it, if you are taking the steps towards it, of course it can happen. We'll get an animal card. Let it be. So, right away I think of the story from Paul McCartney. How he was so confused over what was happening in his life and which way to go and what to do and what not to do. And, he was filled with anxiety and he went to sleep. And his mother came to him in a dream and said, let it be. Okay. Let it be. So the hedgehog is all about release and time out. Release, time out. With the past, I have nothing to do, nor with the future. I live now. Hedgehog reminds you to stop putting so much fear into life and instead just let it be. Sometimes when you give your issue breathing room, it corrects itself. When we experience fear or frustration, we immediately tense up our body, our mind, our spirit, which hinders the flow of what we do want to come to us. And we begin to visualize everything we don't want, and instead of what we do. Shift your thoughts to what you want and not what you don't want. There is a lesson in every life test, even though it can be painful. By being grateful instead of angry, the weight of emotion will begin to gently heal and release itself from your grip. Therefore, if you are experiencing frustration or fear with any aspect of your life, career, money, love, etc., take a few moments today and visualize how you want that area to look in your life. When you begin to say negative things such as, I will never have money to do the things I want, say to yourself, stop. And then repeat what you do want. I have enough money for all the things that I want. It takes some training, but before you know it, the things you don't want will begin to stop happening, and the things that you do want will start flowing. You can't hitchhike a ride on somebody else's life. And if you do, you just might get pricked. Instead, you must find your own way and do the work yourself. There is always someone there to help light the lantern, but it is you who must keep it lit. Always know that there are those who believe in you. With every dream accomplished or every dream failed, remember that the most important thing is for you to continually dream the dream, no matter what. So today, let it be. Talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, the universe. Ground yourself. Think of what you do want in your future rather than what you don't have in the present. And then open up to the expectation that it will appear. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.